What's up, guys? This is Miasin, so we just got a bunch of new cards announced in Rage of the Abyss, so let's check them all out. The first one is Turu, Puru, Purin. Level 2 Water Aqua. Oh, you already know everybody's gonna think of trying to splash this in Sprite. It's the exact same thing every single time. It's a level 2, so obviously you gotta play it, and it's an Aqua, so you can foolish it with Swirl Frog, regardless of how garbage the effect is. Hard ones per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one water monster in your main monster zone, destroy this monster you control, destroy that monster you control, and if you do special summon this card to the zone it was in, then you can destroy all, okay, garbage. A Pro 2-star Dragon of the Void, level 8 Light Dragon Fusion, 25/25, one light or dark dragon monster, and a dragon monster. Both effects once per turn. If this card is fusion summon, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of your light and dark monsters used as materials, destroy them. Okay, my first reflex was when reading this card was, nice super poly target, but if you only use your opponent's monsters, you can't destroy anything. So I guess it's inherently balanced in a way, and also it's, hold on a second. You can, the number of your light, okay, so even if you fuse from the hand, it still pops. Okay, alright, this card's not garbage. At the very least, it's a super poly target, and at best, it's a card that makes the light and dark and dragon monsters way better, so the new support from the light and darkness dragons, which is not too bad. Anyways, if this card becomes banished, you can target one level 4 light or dark dragon monster you control, its level becomes 8. Yeah, that's actually really disappointing for its banished effect. So the reason why it has an effect when it gets banished is because in order to summon the light and dark dragons, especially the dark end, because this is a light, you have to banish a level 8 dragon from your extra deck. And then this effect, all it does is adjust the level of a monster. And very specifically, a level 4 light or dark dragon. I can't really think of too many monsters that would fit the bill, so I actually think this card's garbage. Anyways, Dream Absorber. I mean, it's not garbage. It's definitely not garbage, but it's really not that good. We could have had this card a while back because it's a really niche super poly target. And I think it would have been super fair because you do need 2 dragons at the end of the day. And more often than not, dragons usually are dark or at least light or something. So, for the most part, there was always like a super poly target for dragons anyways. I don't think this was a necessity whatsoever. Dream Absorber, level 2 Water Fairy. Again, another level 2, once per turn. If your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand, grave, or banish, you can special summon this card from your grave or hand, but destroy during the end phase. Man, what? If each time your opponent activates a monster effect, this card gains 1000 attack immediately after this effect resolves. This is really just pack filler, honestly. Union Pilot, level 5 Light Machine, 21,000, so you can revive this back with Nexture, just like Union Driver. And you can obviously equip it directly from the deck with Union Hanger. Second effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can either target one effect monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle by card effect, destroy this card instead. Every single Union monster basically has that effect. You can return this equipped card to the hand, equip one banished Union monster to an appropriate monster you control, as if it were equipped by that Union monster's effect, and if you do special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so in other words, this card, if you already went through Union Driver, instead of going into a second driver, you go into Union Pilot, and then this card just makes you pop off like even more, because you get back the driver from your banished, which is pretty nice, and then you also special summon this card from the hand. So I actually think this card, it's in terms of power level, it's really high, but I don't think it's needed, because it adds one extra brick to your ABC deck, and you can easily live without this card or a second Union Driver. So honestly, I just say this card is not a necessity whatsoever. Again, if the card actually did something in your hand, or whatever, if you draw it, then sure, but it just... Union Driver is already a giant Garnet. Do you want to play 2 Garnets now? Probably not. Anyways, the final card is End Exalting Morganite, normal spell. Apply these effects for the rest of the duel. You can't activate the effect... okay, so that makes no sense. This is not worded correctly. You cannot activate monster effects in the hand for the rest of the duel. Each of your monsters can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Oh, what? If your monster battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. And you can banish this card from your grave, add 1 Morganite card from your deck to your hand, then place 1 card from the hand on the bottom of the deck. The only other deck that plays time rendering Morganite would be Runic Stun, I believe, competitively. I think people tried messing around with the card in Flunderies as well, but for the most part, people are not playing that card. So the fact that this does not boost Runic Stun whatsoever basically means that this card will not be played with the other Morganite, so its second effect is completely irrelevant, and the decks that usually would want to have multiple attacks and deal double damage would be decks like Tenpai Dragon, but you play a lot of hand traps in that deck. So the fact that you can't use hand traps for the rest of the duel, that's just really naggy for no reason. So yeah, if you're playing this card in your deck, it has to be like a going second OTK deck with board breakers instead of hand traps, maybe. Or I guess if you already used up all your hand traps, then you can use this, but it's not needed. I don't think Tenpai Dragon should be utilizing this card, so I actually think all these cards that I just reviewed today are dog shit, or at least just not like that great. So like this card, for example. But yeah, you guys let me know how you feel about them in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon with another video. Peace.